something bubbling right there. I don't know if y'all can see it on the camera or not, but there's something. I'm gonna throw over there. I don't know what that is. It could be fish. Oh yeah, it definitely was fish. Bunch of fish. Probably a bunch of brim. I'm gonna throw this popper around a little bit because I know over here they ain't seen it much. Over in that yard I be fishing, you know, I've been hammering them down for the last couple of weeks with the popper. But over here, I ain't even came over here. All right, my tip I'm gonna give y'all for these popper, a lot of fish are gonna hit it. You're gonna see a lot of fish come up and bam, hit it. Or you might see a fish suck it in. Do not set that hook whenever you see that splash. Wait till you see the bait fully under the water. And even then, if you're not sure, let it float back up. Give it a chance to float back up. If you notice it's not floating back up and you feel a tug on the line, then you don't set the hook hard like a jig bite. You just pull back, you lean into it, and start reeling down your slack. Get that fish to you. That is my tip for the popper. Me, I like walking the popper, but I've been seeing fish out there just kind of swimming around. I just want to see if something comes up and just kind of sucks it in. My favorite time fishing a popper is in the fall, and probably in like post-spawn and summertime. But definitely in the fall, you can definitely get away fishing a popper in the fall. So that was the finesse way of fishing the popper, is just letting it kind of sit there and just letting the fish maybe be able to see it and say, hey, that's an easy meal. You pop it every now and then, you don't pop it as hard. Okay? Next way I would fish a popper would be you can pop, 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 pop. You know, stop it a little bit, pop it along. Just like its name says, pop it. Third technique, my favorite right now in the summertime, is walking. Okay, so you don't want to reel in all your slack. You want to have just a little bit out there on the line, and then you want to just kind of twist the rod, just like that. You just kind of twitch it, and as you're twitching it, that bait is doing this right here. But what you want to do is look at the bait and wait until you see that perfect twitch whenever that bait hits sideways, and then continue that rhythm after that, after you see it actually go sideways, because that's the best way you can start walking a bait, is watch that bait, because you know a lot of times you can pop it and it'll go straight just like that. But if you get that good rhythm where it goes sideways, just like that right there, they was out there popping too. But you will really have a lot of success doing like that. Especially in the summertime. A lot of people don't know that you can walk poppers, but you can. So these and walking like a spook, Zara spook, those are good for summertime. Very, very good for summertime. You can fish poppers, like I said, from summer to the dead of fall, going into wintertime. You know, when this water's getting colder and the fish is active, you can go to deeper spots, not shallow like you would out here, but you can go to deeper spots out here in the lake or in the pond, and you can actually draw some fish up with the popper. A lot of people, they say wait till the ring stop whenever you're walking it. I suggest don't. As soon as that bait hits the water, it's just like a buzz bait. You wanna, yeah, my bad. As soon as that bait hits the water, it's just like a buzz bait. and you want to start walking it ASAP. You want to start walking it as soon as you can. Get that rhythm going. Just like this, boom. I'm not letting. And you'll draw way more reaction strikes that way. All of a sudden, that thing's gonna hit the water and it's just gonna be walking. It's gonna be like doom, 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 just like a bug would. When bugs hit the water, they don't just go stagnant all of a sudden. You know, they're flapping their wings, they're kicking, they're trying to get out of it. And then they go stagnant. So, even though this ain't what you're doing is imitating a bug, but it kind of is. Once it hits the water, you wanna let it, you wanna pop it, pop it, pop it, get it in going. And then maybe stop it. Just stop it and let it see. Let's see if a fish comes up and smacks it. Let's see if anything wants it. You know, especially if you're around some weeds. Stop it around those weeds or around cover, brush, any kind of thing like that. You want to stop it around that. If you're in open water, you know, you can get away with just popping and popping it. There he goes right there. There he goes right there. And I'm telling you, with that pause, that's probably what got his attention. That bait pausing. And then me popping it along, giving it a little bit more action for it to look at. That's what caught that fish. We got our first bass right here, y'all. Any bait. Y'all ask what top 5 baits, what are your, you know, your favorite baits? There are no favorite baits. It's open water. After springtime, it's open water until going into the end of fall. So you can throw whatever you want. It's just the fact of throwing in the right place at the right time or giving them the right presentation. Summertime is open water. Every fish is going to eat in the summertime. But I will say this, I like poppers. I like the ribbon-tail worm. You can catch them on rattle traps very well. Jig. A jig is good. And if I had to pick another one, you can go trick worm. Trick worm's good. So, you know, if I had to choose just 5 baits to go out on a lake or a pond that I've never fished before, that would be probably my 5. Would be a rattle trap, a ribbon-tail worm, a jig, popper, and a tree worm. And you can get away with like fishing a frog, like a hollow body frog. Like I said, anything goes. It's all fishable. When I was walking through over here, I started to see a movement. I thought it was a big old snake, but it was just a big turtle chilling in the grass. Something just hit it. See, that's what I mean by letting it stay there until you know that there's something on there. Something popped it or popped at it, and then it just left it alone. So if I would have set the hook, what was the point of that? Just, it's the popper still right there. Let it sit a little bit. Give it a couple more pops. Let it sit, you know, and then work it just like you would as if you didn't even have that hit. Okay. Now this is summertime bass fishing. I'm in North Louisiana. Some of you guys up north, y'all might have just got out of spawn and just now going into like post-spawn or summertime conditions. And I know some of y'all's temperatures don't even get as near as hot as ours do down here, especially with the humidity. But the ones that can take this into consideration, I mean, these are tips that I've learned through trial and error. Got 12-pound mono on, the preferred line you want for this. I have a what is this? 6 foot heavy ugly stick GX2 paired up with the Fluger President. Okay. This is a perfect topwater rod. It's short, it's stiff, and you can do what you gotta do with it. Line it up with the clinch knot. Simple clinch knot. You can use a Palomar clinch knot, you can use whatever knot you want with this technique. That's rigging. Retrieval, I've already showed y'all retrieval. And location, where do you want to throw this bait? Right now, I'm at the boat launch, and it goes into a little bit of deeper area. All this out here is deeper. All that in there, way in there, it's kind of shallow. So I'm throwing this where any shallow water is, any shallow water. I'm throwing this where shallow water meets deeper water, like on ledges, on drop-offs and stuff like that. So like, let's say it goes from 3 to 5 feet where the boat launch is, way up there, and then it comes out, because like right here is like a little point. So it literally is like 2 foot right in front of this grass. It's like 2-3 foot in this little area. And then right on the edge of this, it just literally drops off to like 5 to 7 foot. So that's what I mean by you can fish those drop offs so light. Right now it's in about 2-3 foot of water. Okay, that's in 2-3 foot of water. Now it's in deeper water. It's starting to come to deeper water. This is the very edge. Where it is right now is the very edge of that hump. Okay, right there, that's 5 foot of water. So just 3-4 foot over is a big change, and I'm looking for those changes just like that, but in wider areas, such as like the boat launch where it goes from shallow to deeper water in a fast transition. So another place I'm fishing them is these coves. If you can see that this pond has 1, 2, 3 coves in it, and you can fish all 3 of those coves. Anywhere in the cove, you see what I'm saying? Anywhere in that cove, and you can catch fish. Shallow pockets of water, near lily pads, near laydowns. So like if you have this laydown right here, if I wanted to fish across the top of it, I definitely could. Now the preferred bait would be a frog. You see what I'm saying? But if you wanted to, you could definitely fish a popper across that. But the problem with that is if a fish does take you down and then spit it, you might be hooked up to a log. And that's why I said that frog can get you out of trouble if that happens. Alright, so we're going to wrap it up over here at the boat launch. We're going to go head down the street to this lady's yard who lets me fish in her yard. We got her and 2 other neighbors that they're lined up. So we got a little bank of land to fish, like a little stretch of land that we could fish. We got her yard, her neighbor's yard, and then his neighbor's yard. So we got 3 yards that we can go fish in. And we're gonna go over there to that spot and see if we can't catch anything. Yesterday the spot sucked. The last couple days the spot sucked. So we're gonna go see how it is today. We gotta grind it out. Probably gonna have to try to put a hurting on them if we can't. But we're gonna go head over there now. This spot's pretty much fished out. They say don't leave fish to find fish. That's true. That's true. But sometimes you just gotta leave fish to find what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? This spot over here, it's fishable, but it's just so grassy, and like you can't get through it. Like ticks, spiders, snakes, all sorts of shit you gotta worry about. So I'm not gonna go any further down that trail than I need to and have to worry about getting bit by a snake. And but we're gonna go down here over to this other lady's yard and see what we can't do. So I'm tuned back in with y'all when I get over there. Okay. Okay. Got a goggle eye. Pretty fish, beautiful fish. You'd be surprised, but I've actually caught those little goggle eyes on big frogs, like bass frogs, big 10-inch worms, 7.5-inch worms. You can catch them on flukes. Pretty fun little fish to catch. I always catch them on accident, but never just really went out here and tried to catch them. But probably the best bait I've caught them on was flukes. Like they'll hit a fluke like nothing else. He missed it. He missed it. Oh, he got it again. Oh. No, he missed it. I missed him. There he is. Oh, that was a bass. Alright. So we got 2 bass and a goggle out today, boys. Let him flop all his energy out so we don't get stung by a hook. Alright. 3rd fish today. Alright. Gonna let this little guy go. There he goes. That was definitely my first time catching a turtle on a topwater popper. I think I've caught turtles when I was a kid before brim fishing, like on worms, but I've never caught a turtle on a topwater popper. I know I've had one chase a crankbait before, and the hooks were too big for it to get in his mouth. But I guess these were just right because it got it right on the damn top lip. Right on the top lip, just like a fish. That was crazy. I just missed it. You cannot beat that sunset right there. That's beautiful. I missed him, I missed him, I missed him, I missed him, I missed him. There he is. I missed him. I missed him. Alright guys, today we only managed to catch 3 fish and a turtle. So the success today was the Topwater Popper. We went out there about 6:30 and fished till about probably like 8:30. So that was what our success was on the Topwater Popper. You can go get the one I was throwing was a H20 Express Topwater. So you can go get those at Academy. That's their name brand bait, or that's their store brand bait, is H20 Express. So you can stop by your local Academy, pick you up one of them little poppers. Also, I recommend one of those pistol minnows too. It's a little topwater walking bait. It's probably about 4 or 5 inches. Them are pretty good right now around this time of year too. But couldn't get any on the worms. We didn't throw too much other stuff. I think I threw a lizard a little bit, but the success that we had was on the topwater. Every bite was on the Topwater Popper, and that's where we got our success from. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate everybody liking, subscribing, commenting, showing their friends. Keep rocking with us at The Real MVPs on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. You can follow us everywhere right now at The Real MVPs. Appreciate everybody tuning in, subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, showing their friends. Stay tuned for more. The Real MVPs.